Alright, hello everyone, it's Mr. Punkwest from FBM Unbound, and with Modern Warfare 2 rank play on the horizon, barring any delays, I want to talk about something that was really rubbing me the wrong way about the new rank names. A change that is arguably pretty unimportant in the grand scheme of things, but to me, is a missed opportunity to shout out a group of the hardest grinders in COD. So, when the ELO system was added in Vanguard, most of the rank names stayed consistent from Cold War, besides one. Instead of Master being the final rank, there was a rank above it. Well, technically there were two, but Top 250 isn't exactly a gem title like the others, so I'm not counting it. The rank above it all was Challenger. For anyone who may not know, Challengers is the name of the amateur league for the CDL. So naming the highest rank after them, to me, was fucking awesome. It not only was a unique title compared to the other game's top tier names, Radiant, Onyx, Grandmaster, Apex Predator, X-Rank, etc., but also incorporated the CDL into the naming, which was great brand synergy and might have helped someone get interested in the league. If I'm a random pub stomper in Vanguard trying out rank for the first time and just absolutely slaying out, the first thing I'm thinking when I make it to / play against a Challenger rank player is, what the fuck does a Challenger mean? I mean, sure, if you grinded up to the top rank at that point, you probably know about the CDL, but just the fact they were advertising the amateur league in-game was just such a cool thing to see. It also doesn't help that the replacement name is so nothing. In the Season 2 article, in the tiny 2.5 paragraphs that rank play was gifted, they tell you that you can rank up from bronze all the way to iridescent, and that's just Radiant with a different name, right? Like, I hate this whole constantly comparing games to each other thing just because they happen to share the same genre, but if you look up the definition of both iridescent and radiant, they basically say the same thing, and that's so goddamn depressing. To me, it says that some guy or group of people at Treyarch or Activision saw the success of Valorant rank, and instead of taking away the idea that, players like it when a ranked mode is supported by the devs, with, consistent balancing patches and rewards per season, they instead got the idea that high rank equals bright light. So the only way to save rank play is to just add big shiny words to the ranks. It just feels very cheap and honestly uncod-like to me, as corny as that is to say. And for the record, I know this is a really stupid thing to complain about. Like, will this one change kill the rank mode? Obviously not. I mean, besides, IW is doing a good job at that by just giving us basically no new 6v6 maps to go along with the already tiny map pool we have, and sticking to their no red dots on the minimap and no dead silence as a perk stance. That will do a way better job at making the rank mode incredibly unfun 75% of the time. And those big problems won't be fixed with a consolation prize in the form of rank names either. But what annoys me is the fact it was changed at all. Like I mentioned above, any bystander can see the obvious parallels they were going for with that name, and changing it randomly season to season makes it look even more like COD is trying to play catch up with their competitors, which is hilarious because COD, especially pre-CDL COD, could have laughed them over 6 times if they just gave a shit about comp for non-Treyarch years. Honestly, and even during Treyarch years too. Fucking gems of war. Also, quick side note here, speaking of pre-CDL, here's a fun little factoid. Did you know that this would be the first time in history that an IW COD has had a full-fledged rank play? Just a fun little thought. Anyways, I think the main point I keep kind of dancing around here is the shout out to Challengers players being incorporated into the official rank system was the right choice because A, every Challengers player, besides Doug, absolutely deserves a title for final rank for the competitive mode, and B, changing that feels like it's putting the Challengers players down even if it's unintentional. It's already so easy to be a ComCOD fan and just ignore Challengers as an entity until some random no-name joins a pro team. I mean, I'm guilty of doing that myself, but Challengers isn't just a place where the average pro goes to die. It's a chance for up-and-comers to get their name out there and finally make their dreams come true. And in a much lesser way, it's the same thing with Ranked. Like, Ranked is to Challengers what Challengers is to the CDL, so being able to earn the title that puts you shoulder to shoulder with the people closest to pros is just a great incentive to grind by itself. And it's not like I'm pulling these ideas completely out of my ass here either. Joe Deceives, a player for the Los Angeles Guerrillas, literally came into the scene grinding ranks and getting the pros' attention. I mean, he did have help by being friends with some of the pros, but I still think it stands. So it's obvious that pro and Challenger players alike watch the rank ladder throughout the year. And I mean, forgetting all the random shit I just said, if you want to look at this pragmatically, then it's also like the bare minimum for easy praise. Like when I saw the Challengers rank at Vanguard last year, I totally gassed up Sledgehammer for giving them the recognition they deserve. And while this is obviously anecdotal, I saw people doing the exact same thing in ranked play threads online. So I mean, IW, if you want like the tiniest bit of praise before you go back to just completely ignoring the comp scene, that would be a good start. But honestly, I doubt any of this will be changed anytime soon / ever, so I'm really just kind of yelling into the void here, which is honestly like most of the MW2 commentaries on this channel. But I just wanted to point it out because it felt like a missed opportunity that was kind of already taken, if that makes any sense. Like spending a whole day baking a cake just to throw it away. Man, I can't believe both my rank play videos are ending with a food analogy. Anyways, this is Mr. Punkwist from FBM Unbound, signing out. I'll see you guys next time. I'll see you in rank play, actually. That's how I should end it.